refugees and for international protection applicants in Ireland. And New Horizon, an organisation that's been around for as long as we have, they're based up in Athlone. They had experience with a refugee online education initiative. So with them and with Dignity Partnership, we explored the possibility of launching a system based on an online learning platform called Chiron. And Chiron was designed specifically for refugees. It was used widely around Europe and the Middle East, and it provided access to a huge range of courses that were suitable for both new and experienced learners. So we ended up launching our platform, which was based on Chiron, in January 2022. It's called CERED. We now have 3,500 learners on it. So CERED was always intended to fill gaps in existing education and training programs. So one of the key things was English language classes. So we know there are free English language classes provided by education and training boards around the country. Others provide them as well. But places are often difficult to obtain on those. But we also know that language skills are really essential, very important for integration, for well-being even of asylum seekers and international protection applicants, and of course for others as well. So we've made those available on CERED. Now we do believe that here in Ireland, we need a model of more intensive English language provision for newly arrived international protection applicants, something with daily engagement and instruction. And in fact, if we look back to the white paper on ending direct provision that was published by the government, it says that an intensive orientation and English language program will be provided when people arrive. Now, this hasn't happened, but we were delighted to receive some funding for our CERED work from the Department of Children, Equality, Disability, Integration and Youth last year under the International Protection Integration Fund. And this was in addition to some other philanthropic funding that we've also received for CERED, which we're grateful for. We're also delighted that under the next round of the International Protection Integration Fund, we've got funding to develop the platform further, and we'll be providing blended approaches to language courses. In other words, there'll be an online piece and there'll be an in-person face-to-face piece. The other bit, so that's the language piece, but the other bit then was the orientation courses, and these are really important as well. It's vital that they're made available for people arriving in Ireland. Really important that people learn about the legal system here, the history, the culture, rights and obligations. And that's where this project has come in, and we're delighted that it was funded by the Irish Human Rights and Equality Commission. We set out to develop a series of interactive education resources and modules, and we had the ideal platform for them with CERED, and envisaged them covering several different aspects of the rights and entitlements of people that arrive here in Ireland. So the modules that we're launching today have been designed specifically for international protection applicants, but we do hope and intend that this will be just the first phase. We know there's a need to do the same for many other groups, like beneficiaries of temporary protection who have arrived from Ukraine. So now that we've created a structure for the development and the delivery of these modules, I think we can do that. And I would say delighted that we've co-created that structure with our friends in Docent. We've also been delighted that we've had Hannah working with us on the content development side. So we hope that we're now in a position where we can roll out more of these types of modules over time. So the ultimate aim, I guess, is to support, promote integration by providing people with basic information that they need. And that information is essential to ensure people are not socially and not economically excluded, so that they can claim their entitlements, they can find the right training and education, they can get a job, they can get a house, all of that. So our starting point with always something like this is always the recognition that all rights international applicants. On the other side, government departments, local governments, other state institutions have obligations to respect and protect and fulfill human rights. And this is a legal obligation under the public sector equality and human rights duty that public bodies have, requires that they all work to eliminate discrimination, promote equality, protect human rights of staff and service users. So as an organization, Doris is also doing work on that front. And we started with providing intercultural awareness training to some local authorities and others. So I'm going to leave the exploration of how we've done it and what we've done to the others that are on the panel here today. But just one last point before I finish. It's important to point out that we've worked with rights holders in the design and development of these courses. We've talked with people who are in the international protection system who have been through it, sat down with them, and it's really important, I feel, in projects like this to have their input, have the participation of people who will benefit from this work. So I do want to acknowledge that as well and say thanks to everyone who participated in the groups and the discussions along the way. And we do look forward to having more of those as we develop more courses. So back to you, Kerry. That's all I've got to say for the moment. So thanks.
Okay, thanks, John. There are a few questions coming into the Q&A box. We will take some time to answer questions at the end, but I do just want to address that no, we don't have translators with us today for the webinar. I anticipate that there's quite a few different languages being spoken amongst us all today, but if you did register to join this Zoom today, we will send out information later. And hopefully that will be a bit more digestible for you if you're finding it difficult to understand anything today. So the next thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to look at a quick demo of the courses and how to access them. We can send this video out to you later as well so that you have access to it. And we'll just share that with you now. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be logging into this website via Chiron, who is our partner in Germany. So they run the platform that we host CERED on. And that's how you're going to access these courses. So if you don't have an account already, you can create one. But the Access Your Rights program is on this website. I'm unsure if that video has stopped working for everyone else, but for me, it's buffering a little.
Now it's moved on, Kerry.
Yeah.
To the program.
So I may need to just manually move it along, but basically you'll be brought to this Access Your Rights program on our own webpage, and you will be able to log in or you can register. And when you're registering, you'll be asked to add in some information about yourself, just some details like your age group, your gender, where you're from. And then you'll have created your membership account. There is obviously no fee to join this program. Everything is free. And once you have joined, you'll be able to see the courses. So to start, you'll just click on how to use this course, and that will take you directly into the courses. And they look like this, so they're quite easy to use. You can use the panel on the left to go through the system. You do need to go through it step by step, so try not to jump ahead. It will ask you to go back. And for example, this one is the education course. So it covers a lot of different topics, from childhood education to adult education, special needs programs, how to access funding to go to further education, and much more. We have tried to make them as interactive as possible as well. So there will be some activities for you to do throughout the courses. And they're just to see that you're paying attention, that you are gaining knowledge, that you are learning as you go. So that was just a quick video showing you the courses. My Wi-Fi didn't want to cooperate too much today, but we will send that video out to you later so that you have how to join the courses. Next, I'm going to hand you over to Hannah, who's going to speak a little bit about her process of gathering the content for these courses. So take it away, Hannah, whenever you're ready.
Perfect. Thanks, guys. So I'll introduce myself first. So my name's Hannah McGinley. I'm a rate-based education worker here at DORS, and my role in the project was to compile the content. So our mission for this was simple but profound, was to empower those seeking international protection in Ireland and provide them with the knowledge and tools to understand, utilise and fight for their rights. In Ireland, the legal system can be really complex and finding information can be really challenging. So this course was our step forward to change that. The project was born from a desire to address the disparity, an inclusive learning platform, which was where information would be easy to access, but also readily available whenever needed through our course, which will empower the user with the knowledge they need to assert their right and secure a brighter future. So as I said, my role in the project was to compile the content on the rights of IP applicants in Ireland. Although it may sound really straightforward, even as a native English speaker and someone with a legal background, I found it really difficult to navigate the legal system and present the rights in a clear to understand way. This experience only further motivated us to create this course. So the platform consists of 5 courses at the moment. So we have housing, health, education, employment, and social welfare. Each course is divided into bite-sized pieces, which explains your rights in an easy to understand way, using interactive learning tools such as photos, videos, and quizzes. The active learning approach ensures that users are more likely to understand and remember the content, revisit the site whenever necessary to find specific information on topics, which can be easily mapped through this. So I'll talk you through some of the content. I'll use the employment section as an example. So at the heart of the employment section, our aim was to empower IP applicants in the pursuit of meaningful employment in Ireland. So the employment course, much like the others, starts with a directory and clear objectives, ensuring the user understands what to expect and also the knowledge that they will gain from that section. It delves into various chapters, each created to provide comprehensive information and insights. So the course covers a whole range of information, from how to apply for labour market access permission to obtaining a driving licence, the process of finding work and your rights as an employee in Ireland. Each chapter works as a detailed guide. It offers step-by-step instructions and practical tips for IP applicants to overcome the challenges that they may encounter. We equip the applicants with the necessary knowledge to address any issues they may face, including how to submit appeals and even handle cases in the WRC. The aim is to empower the IP applicants to enable them to navigate the complexities of employment in Ireland with confidence, to understand their rights and to advocate for themselves, effectively fostering a sense of empowerment and self-assurance. And at the heart of the initiative also lies a crucial pillar, which was stakeholder engagement. We do firmly believe that the best solution comes from listening to those that we aim to serve. So we did surveys and also focus groups, and we reached out to the individuals in which this course is designed for. Their insights and perspectives really helped us understand the main knowledge gaps that we had and guided us to make sure to tailor the content to address the specific needs and challenges that IP applicants face today. So today, as we unveil this e-learning resource. I really extend my heartfelt gratitude to everyone that supported us, from my colleagues to the Irish Human Rights Equality Commission, the department and CERED, and the stakeholders that engaged with us. Thank you all for attending our launch as well. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Hannah. Yeah, it was certainly a long process getting all of the content together, but I think we had some fun along the way. The focus groups were really engaging and interesting and brought a new perspective to what we were trying to do with this project. And Maeve joined us from Galway and Limerick during the focus group, which we were really grateful for. Maeve's input has been so invaluable. Without Maeve and Jennifer, this course would not exist. So I'm going to hand you over to Maeve to chat a little bit about e-learning and how e-learning is starting to contribute to international protection applicants' experience in Ireland.
Hello, and thanks so much for that lovely introduction. I don't know if we can take as much credit as you're giving us, but we're certainly so delighted to be working with CERED on this project and to see it come to fruition, because indeed, I suppose e-learning is a great way for people to take their own time to understand complex concepts and to go back to resources that are provided for them, in a space that's, suitable and advantageous and can, it can be flexible as well, because I think particularly for international protection applicants, and this was something that I heard when I was in Limerick at the focus group, it was just such a pleasure to go there and meet users. This project is about connection, and it's about how international protection applicants can connect meaningfully with Irish life. And the difficulty for e-learning is some people feel that e-learning, you go on and you're clicking buttons and answering questions, and it can be quite a cold experience by times. But the beauty of this project was, and always has been, how it brings to life lived experience of human rights in Ireland. So all the different experiences that you might have had settling into a new country, having to access these different areas, the key areas that we were dealing with: health, social welfare, education, and employment, all of those different things. It's almost impossible to give a quiz about those things, but our pleasure, and particularly Jennifer, whose eloquence and ability with e-learning is just amazing, particularly for this project. And it was wonderful to see how that fell into place and how meaning was created through the content and the e-learning, and putting it in a safe space for people to have a look at whenever they need it. And I would just go back to all the connections that I've made during this project, and hope that the people people who are registering on this and the users of it can make the same connections, so that they help they're helped to feel empowered, and they can advocate for themselves. And that was a really important part, knowledge being the key foundation there, and making it tailored to what international protection applicants might need when they arrive. And it is a beautiful project, and it's just so exciting to be here today. And thanks to CERED for asking us. Jennifer and I don't always get to see projects released like this, where our role is in the back end. We're doing a lot of technology and organizing things and advising on different aspects of things, and it's just a wonderful one to be part of. I'm personally and professionally very, very proud of the outcome. It could stand up in any university or college of education, as it's really, really amazing information to have to hand. So huge thanks to the CERED group for getting the funding to complete this project and seeing it through, because e-learning is a difficult technology-based project. It's very hard to put the heart in technology. And this is one thing that the Accessing Your Rights project has really done. It's taken things from, the human perspective, and it's just a wonderful and lasting, hopefully long-lasting resource for people into the future. So thanks so much for the opportunity on behalf of Jennifer and myself. And here's to the future of the Accessing Your Rights program. I hope many people will benefit from it for some time to come.
Thank you so much, Maeve. That is the end of our panel discussion today, but we're going to move into some questions and answers now. And there are quite a few coming in, so I'll just work through and see what we can answer today. Some of it is answered within the courses, so I might direct you there. I can see a question from Ruth asking, will the education courses be available in English only? The courses are currently only available in English. We are going ahead and translating them into Arabic and Pashto in the next couple of weeks. So hopefully you'll see that soon, and we will advertise once those translations are up. We do hope to continue to translate them into more languages. It will just depend on funding and how things move forward, but at the moment we definitely have Arabic and Pashto coming through. Some other questions. There are some questions coming through about registering, about how to access the platform. If you're currently on the CERED platform and you can't see the course, that is probably because you have not verified your account. So to use the CERED platform, you do need to be registered and verified on the platform. And to do that, you register with your email, and then you have to upload a picture of, for example, your temporary residence certificate or any document or ID like PPS that will show that you are residing in Ireland as an asylum seeker, migrant, international protection applicant. And then you will be approved and you can see all of the courses from there. So if you haven't done that previously, that's probably why you cannot see the courses yet. Once you do that, you will be able to see the courses. If you're attending today and you've previously been using CERED and you have already verified your account, you can start straight away. You can see the courses already. And there are a few hands up already. Denisa, your hand is up. I'm unsure if I can unmute you. John, do you know how that works?
Sorry, let me check. I can't find the person that you need to mute, but it is possible if you go to the participants list to allow the person to talk.
Okay. Just to note, it might be easier to write your questions into the box if possible. If not, just keep your hand up and we'll get around to you eventually.
I see one hand up, so I can unmute Fuad.
Yeah.
If Fuad would like to speak, I'm now going to unmute. So go ahead, please, Fuad. Okay, it may not be possible for Fuad to speak, so I can go on to the next person.
Hi, how are you?
Ah, we can hear.
Are you all okay?
Good.
Yes.
You
Thank
hear me?
you.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
thanks. So I want to ask you a question. I'm an asylum seeker in Limerick City. So I was a student in my country, and I hope if I can continue my studies here, if you have information about that. If I have a right to continue studies, I don't know, in college or university.
So there are ways to access further education and higher education in Ireland as an international protection applicant. There is information about that in the courses, so if you would like to register and join today, you'll be able to find the answers to it. But the short answer is yes. The long answer is it might be complicated, it might take time to find the right way to do it or to get the right funding to do it. But the courses should help you find the information on how to do it and also contacts for who to speak to if you're having trouble in that process. I know for a lot of people it takes a while, but the short answer is yes.
Good.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, could I just add to that, Kerry, and
Yeah.
say that it's anybody who wants further information can contact the CERED email address or can contact us at Doras, info@doras.org, and we'll try to answer the questions. Our friends in the Irish Refugee Council also have a very comprehensive information pack in relation to accessing further and higher education in Ireland as well. So I'm sure, Kerry, you'll be able to put all of those links are in there already, I'm sure. So thanks, Fuad. I'm going to move on to the next person, who is
All right,
Mike.
thank you very much. Appreciated by now. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll move on to the next person here who has a question also. And this is Michael.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, good. How is everyone? Yeah.
Good, thank you.
Okay. I sincerely appreciate this program because this program gives us a lot of opportunity to know what is going on, especially in the area of IPO and our legal rights as applicants. And I want to sincerely make my point that I really enjoy this program because I was part of the applicants that undergo a course in accounting, a computer course, and I really enjoy it. But my question is this: will other courses be available under this program? That is my question, please.
Thank you so much for asking. So there are lots of courses on CERED, and those courses cover things like English language classes, digital skills. So the digital skills courses go from very basic computer skills up to coding skills. There are also courses about making your CV, doing job applications. There's a lot of information on there. I would recommend just scrolling through CERED, taking your time, seeing what suits you. Yeah, there's a lot of courses on there. And then in regards to the Access Your Rights program, this is the bundle of courses that will be available so information about education, employment, healthcare, social welfare and housing. And those are going to be the courses that are available. And then in the future, they'll just be translated into other languages as well.
Okay, I hope that's okay, Michael, for now, and thank you for your comments. As you said, Kerry, there are lots of questions. I know there are some there are lots of questions in the Q&A. There are also people with their hands up to speak. We'll find a way to respond to all of the questions we're not able to take today, but I'm going to move on for you, Kerry, to the next person who's here, Shakiba. Please come in now with your question or comment.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Yes, we can hear you. Hello, and thank you for joining.
Thank you so much for this. I really appreciate it. It is really good for us, especially for that we are refugee in Ireland. And I'm Shakiba Hamdan. I'm living in Dublin. And last year, I wrote my question as well in the chat box. I arrived in Ireland on 26th of October 2021, and I have done my QQI level 5 at Redmines College, and I have got an offer from Limerick University for computer science. and I'm not sure that I have any eligibility for any here in Ireland. So financially I have problems, and I have to move to Limerick as well because of my studies. And I got an offer like as a mature student in Limerick University. So the main thing is this right now for me is accommodation, that I couldn't find anywhere to live in Limerick, and the financial. Could you please help me with this and any grant for this?
First of all, congratulations on getting a place in university. I'm sure you're excited
Thank you
about
so
that.
much. Thank
I know there's a lot of stress that comes with it as well, though, in terms of funding, and if you have to move, that's another stress.
Mhm.
So the course does go, the education course, it will cover things like funding. Different funding applications apply to different people depending on how long you've been in the country, your status. So, I mean, for example, you've told us you're a mature student. All of those things affect the type of funding you can apply for and the funding you can receive. I would recommend going into the education course when you can, maybe later today, and just seeing what the information is about funding and how it applies to you. And there are good contacts in there as well that you can go to in case you don't find all of the information that you need, including ourselves. Since Doris is based in Limerick, you're always welcome to come in and speak to us in person.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
No problem. Thanks so much for your question. John, I might go to some of the questions in the chat box as well now. So
Okay.
look through here. One of the questions is from a volunteer with New Horizon, asking if the courses are accessible for Irish people as well. So technically, yes. If you are here today and you're speaking to us from an organization, you can reach out to me, and I'll leave the email at the end of the session today. You can reach out to me, let me know that you're working for a certain organization and you'd like access to the SERED courses so that you can help the people that you're working with. And then I will help you to get access to them. It's just a small process, but yeah, if short answer, yes, just get in touch with me via the email I'll leave at the end of today's session. And there's a lot of questions about your personal cases at the moment. So questions about applications for funding that you may have made or applications to certain courses. I don't think we'll have time to go through all of those today, but we will send you an email later today if you want to keep in touch with us so that we can speak to you personally. And just to reiterate again, the courses that we're publishing today, they aim to answer all of those questions for you as well. Do we have plans to make similar courses for other migrants, like refugees or migrant workers? Yeah, so part of the process of making these courses was deciding who was going to benefit from it. There are so many different people in Ireland at the moment. So whether you're Ukrainian, an international protection applicant, on different stamps, or even undocumented, we would love to make courses in the future that cover the other categories so that you can get that information too. Of course, some of the information in these courses might actually be helpful for you, it might apply to you. But yes, in the future, we hope to. I just cannot tell you exactly when that will be, but it is something we would hope to do in the future. Some questions as well about getting a certificate when you do the course. Yeah, there are certificates available and they're available for each different course. It's not going to give you access to further education or anything like that, because these courses are really more of a personal gain. So it's to help you figure out your own rights and your own entitlements. You're welcome to put it on your CV if you do get your certificate, to show that you're actively working towards your life in Ireland. But yes, for each different course, so there's 5 certificates you could get. You can get one when you complete the education, employment, social welfare, housing ones, and you can download those once you finish the courses. We can probably go back to the hands up boxes.
Okay, thanks, Kerry. As we're not going to be able to get through all of the questions, if contact details, so just in case we don't have contact details for the people who want to ask the questions, it's best they send an email to us, and then we will follow contacting them or trying to answer their specific questions. Charles is next on the list here, so I'm going to just welcome you, Charles, to ask your question or make a comment. Thank you.
Yeah, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you. Yes.
Okay, yeah, good afternoon. Thank you for this presentation. Okay, what I actually want to ask is that, can I have a link to access the website for this e-learning? Can we have the link?
Yeah, so the links to the courses, they'll be sent out to you later on. We have your email if you registered to join today. So we can send you the link to the CERED page, and then also a video just showing you how you'll access the courses from there.
Okay. That's brilliant. So that's my question. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you, Charles. That was a very important question to ask. Amna is next here. So hello, Amna. Amna may not be able to ask question now, so I will go instead to Slimane. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, everyone. Can
Hi,
you hear me?
We can hear you. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, thank you for your information. I appreciate it. My first time to attend Zoom in my life, anyway. Yeah, I've been here for 2 months, 3 months in Ireland. I have different question. I had a busy day. I got 4 children here. New baby was he is 4 weeks. So my question is, I may miss some information. I want to ask different question, not just for study, if it's possible.
Sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sorry, we can hear you. I'm
All
sorry.
right.
I think Kerry and I were waiting for each other to answer there. Yes, please go ahead. If it's relating to your own personal circumstances, we may not be able to answer it here, so it might be better for us to follow up afterwards. But please go ahead anyway.
All right. The first question is, I have received a letter that saying you to apply for child benefits. My child was born here in Ireland, but thing is, when I fill up the form, I couldn't send it. I went to the citizen information to ask if I'm able to apply for it, but they said you're not able to apply for it until you get a resident permit. I want to make sure if that's right or not. Am I able to apply for child benefit if my child was born here or not? That's my first question. The second question is, I'm thinking to open a new business here in Ireland. So what's the possibility for refugees or asylum seeker to open a business? Is it possible or not? Is there any office that can help us to open a business? And the third question is, is it possible to choose any online course to study here in Ireland, like for free, or just the courses we find in Chiron? I mean, if someone wants to study something else, is that be offended or not? The last question is, I want to know what's my right in food maintenance, because we get in here in where I live, they give us like food card. So I want to know how much exactly we should get as adults and kids weekly. That's my all questions for today, and thank you very much.
Thank you for that, Slimani. I don't know, Kerry, if you're going to be able to get through all of those now, but I do thank you for asking them, Slimani, because it's really important that, you know, with the work that we do, that we're able to provide you with access to the answers that you need. As I said, our SERED platform and the courses like this are intended to fill gaps, to provide information that people are not already getting. They should be getting it. You should be getting this when you arrive in the state, but you're not. So we hope that we can fill those gaps and answer as many of the questions that you have as possible. Kerry, are you able to answer some of them at least now?
There are a lot of questions in there, and I think I would have to speak to you one-to-one to be able to answer them, to know more about your situation. I'm not sure where in Ireland you're based, if you said that while you were speaking.
Do you say what I live right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I live in Sligo.
In Sligo, okay. So, I mean, first of all, we can try and connect you with an organization who can speak to you one-to-one and help you with all of your questions. You're also very welcome to email us with the questions you've asked today, and we can get back to you as soon as possible. But yeah, it's probably hard to answer them today without more information about your situation. But thank you for the questions. Some of them will be answered in the courses if you want to go into them. But we are happy to speak to you one-to-one as well.
Where I can find the email, please?
The email, I'll just leave it at the end of the chat today. John, do you have access to send a message to everyone in the webinar?
All right. Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
Yes, we can put something into the chat now, or if we have your email addresses from the registration, we can send to you that way as well. But we can send something we can put the contact information into the chat for everybody now. So Kerry, if you're not able to do that, if you send it to me, I'll send it to everyone.
Okay.
I'm going to move on. I think we want to finish this within 1 hour, do we? Kerry?
Yes.
Yes, so but let's try and get some more questions in first. Carolyn, you are you are next here, so on the list, so please welcome and ask your question or comment. Okay, I will move on to Murad. Hello, welcome, and do you have a question or comment, please?
Hello, everybody.
Hello, we can hear you. Thanks for joining.
Thank you, sir. First, thank you so much for this country open all of doors for front of me, like art, politics, sport, economic. Just I have one question about protection, international protection. For example, if today accept my case, and tomorrow the situation change in my country, like for example, how the war or some situation like this, and after this country is safe, what will?
I'm sorry, we lost the last part of what you said there. We didn't hear the question. Can you say it again, please?
Yes. For example, today my country is not safe. Yes. Any case, war or any case. and Iran accept my protection international and asylum seeker. Later, my country is safe. What's gonna happen? You're gonna take, for example, after I have nationality of Iran from asylum seeker, you're gonna take it or what?
So if you are granted refugee status in Ireland, that gives you the right to remain here, so you can remain even if the situation changes. You may also be granted subsidiary protection or leave to remain. Those are the leave to remain is renewed after a number of years, but in the normal course of events, if you have been given the permission to remain in Ireland, you will be able to continue to remain in Ireland. I hope
Thank
that
you.
answers, that I understood correctly, and that answers your question.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir.
But if you would like to talk with a little bit more to one of our caseworkers about this, if you send email to the address that we put up there, info@doras.org. So one of our colleagues who is specialist in this area would be happy to talk some more about you and to explain the situation.
I appreciate it, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I think there is person, I don't know your name, but it says Del. So I know you've been waiting a little while to ask your question. So please come in if you can.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Yes.
Thank you
we
very
can hear you.
much for support. I would like to ask, is the course will be provided on the evening time or the daytime? Maybe you know the most of courses like.
They're available at any time online,
Okay.
any time that suits you, but Kerry can explain some more perhaps.
Because I'm at the moment, it's any restriction to apply for this course. If I'm unemployment at the moment, but I'm looking for the new job, and if I will find a new job, it's like, for example, I apply and I'm unemployed and I start the course and I get the work, and so I'm not gonna get any restrictions, yeah, for this, or it will be some.
You can access the courses. It's not really limited to who you
Right.
are or your specific situation. Once you register on SERED, you'll get an email from me just describing how to access the courses, and you'll be able to work away.
Yeah, I had experience with the springboards before. I
Mhm.
did 3 years, so I get just wondering, it's any changes or no. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. If we have time, I know there are, there are 3 other people that have been waiting to ask questions with their hands up. So do we have time to take those? Kerry, I know we'll go a little bit over the hour, but
Yeah,
Adewabale, Kina Jane, and Amna. So Adewabale, please.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. And I quite appreciate you for this program. It's really educating and informative. My question is this. I've been in Ireland with my family since December last year, and May this year, I'm due for the work permit, which we have applied for your work permit since May. Until the moment that I speak to you, we've not had anything from the government, or neither the work permit has been sent to us. So I'm so curious because the whole process, like we've been told, is supposed to be for a month or something after applying, but now it's getting to 65 days, so 2 months plus, and we've not had anything. So I want to know if this, if you can be of help, or if there's anything that you can do or to enlighten, or you understand, so that I will know that I'm on the right direction. Thank you.
So there may be a particular reason for the delay. We don't know. It's difficult to answer that one now, but we would be very happy to follow up with you and to examine the situation for you. So if you send an email to info@doras.org, I'm also going to put our telephone number, the Doras telephone number, into the chat now, so that you can make a call to that at any time. And probably best way to help you with your situation and the work permit is for somebody to talk about the specific situation that you're in. Kerry, do you have anything that you want to add, or any of the general comments on that?
Yeah, I see this a lot. We're in Doras with people coming in asking about how long their application is taking. I'm sorry that it is taking a long time. It's hard to wait and to not know the reason why. Most likely the reason is there's a backlog of people applying, and they're just taking a while to get through them. But yeah, as John said, if you want to send us an email, we can speak to you further about it. Sometimes there are things we can do to assist.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So,
Okay, thank you. Kina Jane.
Good day, everyone, and
Good
thank
day.
you so much for such an informative program. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh,
Sorry,
great.
yes, we can.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, my question is basically about funding. There are a few courses that I want to do. One is office and business administration and payroll. And I just want to get a funding for that. And the other one is healthcare support. So I just want to know which channels to follow for me to get funding for those courses.
There's a few options depending on how long you've been in Ireland, what your status is at the moment. Again, you can reach out to us directly in the email in the chat there, or you can look into the course that we've launched today. There's a lot of information about funding and applying for funding there. The process can just take a while. You might have to apply for a few, but I hope that you can get the funding, and we're happy to help you if you don't find the answer within the course.
Okay. Okay. And which email must I use? The one info@sort.
I would recommend emailing info@doras.org for any personal questions.
Okay. All right.
There's also a phone number.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for your help.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Okay, we can take Amna. If you are there now, perhaps you can come in and ask your question. Okay, it may not be possible for you.
Hello.
Hello, yes. Yes, thank you. We can hear you.
Yeah, you hear me?
Yes, we can
Yeah.
hear you.
Yes, I am Amna. I just asked you, first to say I really thank you. Is all your supporting for asylum, and I asked my main question is is singles mother and is new mothers, and you provide online English course classes, and also is helping newborn his mothers, and about his travels and guide to how to is baby is newborn baby is gestation card like this medical card, and any is understand my because is many have problem is I see and go to IPS and say is you first you go to gestations baby civil gestations. First you go. Yesterday I have many problem. I travel is bus and is many problem newborn single mothers. I want to guide any is proper helping newborn babies is that's my question is main given
Hey,
right.
thank you so much for your questions. I'll try and answer them as much as I can. I think your first question was about English classes for single mothers. The SERED courses would suit that a lot. I imagine you're quite busy if you're a single mother. The online SERED English courses can be accessed any time of day, and you can do them at your own pace, so you can take as long as you want to finish them. And they're there in various levels, and there's also some that are translated into Arabic at the moment. So I would recommend that. With regards to getting the medical card and things like that for a new baby, there's a lot of information about that in our new health course in the Access Your Rights program. We'll send you links to all of these after the webinar, but there is a guide there for how to get your medical card and things like that. I hope that has answered some of your questions. I'm not sure if I've gotten them all.
Okay, I hope that has answered all of the questions, but I'm not, if like anybody else who wants to follow up with us to the phone number or the email, then you're welcome to do that. Please do. Can I take one more? I'm sorry, there are more hands up still. Do contact us with your questions, but the last one, Ignacia, if you can just ask your question, please.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Sorry, my volume is low. Oh, okay. I just have one question regarding English courses. Do you have like advanced classes?
Yeah, we have classes right from beginner up to advanced, and the advanced classes would be English C1. So anywhere from English B2 to C1, I would say is advanced, and you'll be doing things like writing essays and getting them corrected by tutors, so they're quite advanced.
Oh, okay, thank you so much. And thank you guys for all the support you're giving us. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you, Kerry. I'm going to hand back to you now.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry that we can't get through all of the questions here today, but thank you to everybody for the participation. As I said, I'll hand back to you, Kerry.
Yeah, echoing what John said, thank you so much if you've joined us today. It's been a long enough session. I do apologize if you've had any difficulties understanding anything that was said today. Hopefully the email we send you after this webinar will help to clarify some of that. We will send you all an email with information about the courses that we've launched today, information about SERED to include English classes, and maybe just another rundown of some of the main questions that have been asked today, as well as a video showing you how to access these courses, and then who to contact if you have any questions as well. Thank you all for your participation today. It's been really engaging and eye-opening to see the questions that you've asked. I do think a lot of the questions, they are covered in the courses, which is reassuring for us as well. If you joined us from an organization in Ireland today, thank you for coming. You can email us with any questions that you have about the courses and the people that you're supporting. So thank you so much for attending today, and please do send us your questions if you have any, and please enjoy the courses that we worked on. We're looking forward to hearing any feedback that you have when you've finished.
Okay, thanks everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.